When did your significant other's parents make it painfully clear you weren't good enough for their child? My boyfriend fell in love with me the second we met, but his dad had other ideas. His father was a traditional man, not overly conservative or anything, just the type to hold open a door for any woman he saw. In the moments leading up to meeting his dad, my boyfriend had been hyping me up for months. He'd talk about how loyal I was, how I had sneaked into his apartment and deep cleaned his room while he was away, stuff like that. So this meant by the time I was actually meeting him, I thought I had it in the bag. But I was wrong. The second he saw me, his eyes widened with disgust. He refused to shake my hand. I thought it was some sort of prank, but then I looked to my boyfriend who was just as surprised as me. "Son, please tell me this isn't the woman you've been talking about," he said, while I stood right in front of him. My boyfriend was so stunned that he couldn't even think of a reply. And next thing I knew, his dad was walking away from me, with his face buried in his hands. For context, I don't think I'm ugly or anything. I'm a blonde-haired girl, slightly on the chubby side, size 12, but personally I think I'm still solid. And the last thing I wanted to do was jump to conclusions. So I told myself that maybe he was just being overprotective, because Harry's mom had died in a car crash when he was just 5 years old, and he was an only child. And my boyfriend even tried to reassure me that his dad was still adjusting to the idea of him growing up, and I was his first time for everything. All of that made sense. So for the rest of the evening, I continued to try and keep smiling. This was easy for me because growing up, my family was always the type to sweep every big fight under the rug. So I was used to being the tension killer, lol. So while we all barbecued, I took pictures of Harry and his dad together and told them they're going to be iconic picture book memories one day. My boyfriend flashed a big smile, and I swear I could see a spark of happiness flash in his dad's face. But as quick as it came, it left and was soon replaced with his resting bitch face. And one thing about me, I will get you to love me. So I just kept pretending not to notice. "Sir, how long have you been barbecuing for? These steaks taste..." "A year." He immediately cut off my effort to converse without even glancing at me. "Wow, it seems like a lot longer. The flavor is amazing." Okay. I could feel the happiness in me slowly being crushed in the palm of his hand, and it was too painful to continue. So I left and went to the bathroom to re-strategize. When I came back, I could hear my name being whispered. So I did what every respectful woman would do in this situation, and began to stand nearby, eavesdropping. My heart perked up as I heard my boyfriend defending me, interrogating his dad as to why he wasn't even giving me a chance. That's when his dad whisper shouted, "Because of how she looks, Ryan." I felt the air leave my lungs. I instinctively took my phone out to see how I looked in my screen reflection, to see if there was anything wrong with my makeup. Unfortunately, everything was perfect, meaning he hated something I couldn't change. At that point, I didn't want to hear anything else. So I dabbed my eye with a tissue to soak up the tears, and walked out with a huge smile on my face. "Hey, what are y'all talking about?" His dad looked away. "I'm gonna let you two solve this between yourselves," Harry said before walking away. A cold dread washed over me. I wiped the smile off my face, feeling no desire to impress this man anymore. I expected him to yell, to tell me his son was too good for me, but instead he apologized. "I'm sorry, honey. It's not your fault." I furrowed my eyebrows, because up to this point he had been treating me worse than a stray dog on the street. As you know, Rachel's passing has been taking a toll on this family, and Harry, he's strong. But me, I still think about her every day. His eyes were glued to the ground. There's something Harry doesn't know. It was one of those moments where you just feel like you can talk about anything, like the rest of the world doesn't exist. So I took his hand and nodded as if to tell him I can keep a secret. That day, in the Honda Civic, there was a song playing. It was her favorite. He smiled and began to hum the song like a Verdun by Madonna, as if Rachel was standing beside him listening. She had all her vinyls, posters. I even joked that she could be her backup singer. "And you look just like her. And I know it's not your fault. It's just hard." A tear fell down his cheek, and I hugged him super tight. He hugged me back, and that's when my BF returned. "It's okay. I understand," I whispered, before separating and kissing my boyfriend. He was smiling super hard, and I knew I had found my chosen family. That night, I slept in the guest room because my boyfriend didn't want his dad to know we had sex. I was fine with this, and I slept like a baby. Until 3 a.m., when I felt a man cuddle up behind me. It wasn't my boyfriend. It was his dad. I could smell the alcohol on his breath. "You look just like her," he groaned, before grabbing my chest. I screamed. The rest of the full story is on my channel and linked below.